Finally, it was written down, and it was written down over the objections of Taiichi Ono. Why would he care? Why would he object to a simple diagram? The reason was that from Ono's point of view, the Toyota production system was a living, breathing, evolving entity. It was the ideas of people as they were at the Gemba, and they were discovering weaknesses, they were overcoming those weaknesses, and they were learning. And he was afraid that as soon as you write it down and it becomes a static picture, that Kaizen will end. So he, in fact, was known to see somebody writing some sort of image of the Toyota production system, and he would tear it up. He would say, if you write it down, you kill it. Don't write it down. Later in life, he apparently got a little more laid back, and he allowed people to write it down, and it got represented as a house, because a house is a system. So if you take away the structures that hold up the roof will collapse. If the roof is weak, the roof will leak. If there's a poor foundation, the whole house will collapse. So every part of it is necessary for the system to function. And at the center of the system are people continuously improving using Kaizen. The two pillars you might recognize now as the two contributions of Sakichi Toyota and Kiichiro Toyota. Sakichi Toyota's Jidoka, which is translated today as stop and fix problems, or surface problems and solve them. And then we have Kiichiro Toyota's just in time, the right part, right time, right amount, and doing this without inventory, without waste. So one piece flow, give the customer what they want, when they want it, which is really an impossible dream if you think about it. If you can imagine any type of service that you get on demand that works 100% of the time, you've got something better than anything I've seen. But the goal was not to implement just in time. The goal was for just in time to be a vision, an ideal, and for Jidoka to also be a vision, which would be zero defects. Everything that you do perfectly. So this vision is what drives Kaizen. The Kaizen is driving for perfection, and therefore it never ends because you never reach perfection. Now, at the base of the house, the foundation is operational stability. It's very disciplined people who follow the standardized work. It's having well-maintained equipment, which again requires very disciplined people who are doing their preventative maintenance, who are learning from machine downtime to solve the problem, and they're constantly working to achieve the standard. The standard keeps on getting tougher and tougher. So you can see the value and the why people are at the center, right? People have the discipline to maintain every aspect of the system, from preventive maintenance to solving quality problems to solving problems of running low on parts. Trucks break down, that's a problem. People have to solve that. If people stop thinking, if they simply execute what some expert, say a black belt, were to come up with, then the system would fail because conditions change and people would be unadaptable. For example, imagine a pilot having a plan before the plane takes off, and the pilot's instructed, no matter what happens, don't adjust, follow the plan. You run into a storm, follow the plan. The plane's going to go down. So people are at the center, and who is it that drives these people to push themselves? Very few people have the self-discipline to constantly push themselves to get better and better, and the driving force is leadership.